Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Prosecutors will go after the death penalty for Christian Longo, the man accused of killing his family and dumping their bodies near Newport.
KPTV's Chris Murphy was in the Lincoln County Courthouse today for Christian Longo's arraignment. He joins us now live from the newsroom. Chris?
Kurt and Shauna, this is what Christian Longo got on his 28th birthday today, an official indictment on 7 counts of aggravated murder. This coupled with the announcement he now faces the death penalty if convicted.
Crowding outside the courtroom.
I want to see him suffer.
Waiting to get another look at Christian Longo in this, his second video arraignment.
Well, when we were here last time, when I saw him, his face on the screen, I just grabbed her hand. I was like, I mean, it's just, it's awful.
Longo's accused of killing his wife and 3 children and dumping their bodies near the Oregon coast last month.
Mr. Longo, this is Judge Huckleberry. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
Longo says little during the 10-minute arraignment on closed-circuit TV from the jail next door.
You discussed with your attorneys the process that we're about to follow, I trust. Is that right?
Yes, I have.
For the 7 counts of aggravated murder, prosecutors announce they'll seek the death penalty.
Your Honor, just to alert the court and defense counsel, based on everything the state has up to this date, we have elected to seek the death penalty.
Longo's defense attorneys do not enter a plea. In fact, their only motion deals with reporters and whether or not to allow cameras in the courtroom. On this day, they're allowed. They show a calm Longo displaying little emotion other than rapid, nervous blinking.
That's all, Mr. Longo.
After the arraignment, prosecutors say they are still gathering evidence. But based on what they have so far, Longo deserves death.
At this time today, we are seeking the death penalty. If something should come up that would change, then we'll notify the court right away. And
with no mention of a change of venue, these people who live in the area vow to watch this high-profile case in person, gavel to gavel.
We're children, you know, innocent little babies, and yeah, I'd really like to know why.
I want to know what happened, how he did it.
Longo's next court date is March 6th for a trial report. Now, Kurt and Shauna, it's a chance for both sides to come together and tell the judge whether or not they have enough evidence gathered to go to trial.
So, Chris, is it expected that he'll enter a plea by then?
Well, we're unable to get a hold of the defense attorneys, but the Lincoln County DA did tell me Longo might wait to enter a plea until all the evidence is gathered, and that may take longer than March 6th, since much of it is coming from out of state and from Mexico, where Longo was arrested about a week and a half ago.
KPTV's Chris Murphy, thank you. A man accused of murder in a robbery almost 30 years ago has changed his mind. Michael Borton will return to California to face murder charges. He's the Southeast Portland man accused in the 1975 murder of a housewife during a California bank heist. The robbers were all members of the Symbionese Liberation Army. KPTV's Robin Burke reports Borton now wants to face his accusers as soon as possible.
Next matter is page 1, line 2, Michael A. Borton.
Michael Borton appeared in Multnomah County Court with a quick wave and a smile to his wife and sister. Last week, the 53-year-old fought extradition to California to face murder charges, but now Borton has changed his mind.
Mr. Borton wishes to withdraw his request for governor's warrant and waive extradition.
Borton's court-appointed attorney says it was his decision to make.
Do you understand what's going on, Mr. Borton?
I sure hope I do.
Okay. I mean, it's somewhat of a high-profile matter, so I want to be sure.
Yeah, I want to get down there as soon as possible.
Very well. This is the way to do it, then, if that's what you wish to do.
When Borton gets to California, a witness will be there waiting to testify against him, Patty Hearst. She appeared on Larry King Live saying Borton was among 4 other Symbionese Liberation Army members who robbed the Sacramento area bank, killed a bystander, and planned to bring down the country. She said the SLA had their own little jihad going and that, quote, they wanted to overthrow the government of the United States. They called themselves an army. They planned on forming cells and going on until they started a full-scale war in this country. Borton says he's never hidden the fact he was a supporter of the SLA in the 1970s, but he is expected to plead not guilty to the charge of murder. California authorities have 2 weeks to come to Portland and claim their suspect. In Portland, Robin Burke, the 10 o'clock news.
The woman killed in that bank holdup 27 years ago was Myrna Opsahl, a mother of 4. She was making a bank deposit for her church. The man known as Cowboy Mike has been convicted of assaulting a police officer. A jury in Idaho found Michael Bray guilty of charges stemming from a police chase last summer. He jumped into the Snake River and tried to swim away. There he is, but he didn't get very far. He's also charged in Yakima with shooting a 50-year-old woman in the head and critically wounding her. In addition, Washington and California have probation violations pending against him.
It's been exactly 2 weeks since an Oregon City girl was last seen. Tonight, the FBI and Oregon City Police are stepping up their efforts to find 12-year-old Ashley Pond. KPTV's Anna Katayama joins us now with more on the case of this missing girl. Anna?
Well, Shauna, earlier there was talk about the possibility that Ashley might have just run away from home. But tonight, police are saying they think that's too optimistic. They have launched now an all-out effort to uncover clues in the case.
Good morning. This girl was last seen walking along this road on the 9th. If you happen to be in the area that morning and saw her, could you give us a call?
The FBI stops cars, handing out 1,000 flyers. Officers hold posters with the 12-year-old's picture. And not too far away, Explorer Scouts hack away at thick brush near the apartment complex where Ashley Pond lived.
We are doing a grid search for anything we can find leading to this case, anything like clothing or backpack that might have been with her.
Police say it's unlikely Pond simply ran away from home.
At this point, it's the length of time and stuff that we've decided, hey, you know, if Ashley was out there and run away, we're starting to think she would have called somebody by now, and we really haven't heard a word from her.
Not her family or any of her friends. Ashley was last seen on a Wednesday, January 9th, about 8 in the morning. She was on her way to school. Today's search was conducted on a Wednesday at 8 in the morning near the bus stop where Ashley would have waited.
Good morning.
Police asked the public for any information, no matter how trivial it might seem.
Did they see somebody getting in a car with somebody? Did they see somebody maybe struggling with somebody? Did they see Ashley walking down the street, maybe walking to school? Maybe she missed the bus, you know, that type of thing.
Family friends believe that Ashley is okay, though they don't know where she is. They say she's tough enough to escape danger.
She has a strong personality. She's taller than I am. I can't foresee her going with anybody that she didn't know without putting up a major fight. She wouldn't. She would get away. She would give them a run for her money, and she would be out of there.
Well, those Explorer Scouts who you saw hacking away at the brush worked from 8:30 this morning until 3:30 this afternoon, searching for some sort of clue, but they were not able to find anything. Back to you.
All right, Anna, thank you. Detectives did receive several telephone tips after this morning's canvassing. They're following up on those leads, but tonight they say they have very little to go on. If you have any information which might be helpful to police, you're asked to call 503-496-1616.
The year-long expulsion of 3 teens who fired pellet guns at each other at Lake Oswego High could be modified. 2 weeks ago, the teens were caught firing the guns at each other before a swim team practice. School superintendent says the district still has the responsibility to educate the kids during their expulsion. Teens' options could include tutors or alternative schools. District's strict weapons policy requires a year-long expulsion for violators.
Multnomah County is being recognized as a national model for reducing the number of minority teens behind bars. It's called racial disparity, and just 6 years ago, a Portland teenager in trouble with the law was twice as likely to be an African-American or a Latino than a Caucasian youth. A study by the Justice Policy Institute reveals that trend has been corrected. Now minorities and whites are detained at the same rate.
22% of the African-American kids, 22% of the Latino kids, and 22% of the white kids are being detained. That, at least from a statistical standpoint, smacks of fairness, right? And if they did that in LA and in Washington, D.C. and the Bronx, things would improve dramatically. And that's the success of Multnomah County, is that.
Giving judges more options aside from incarceration is one way the disparity has been corrected.
It's just gotten easier to fight crime in southeast Portland and the lower Burnside area. Portland police have gotten an agreement with business owners here. It lets the cops act as a person in charge of the business property when the owner isn't there. Without that authority, police can't evict trespassers on private property. Lots of prostitution and drug use happens overnight on business property along Burnside.
Once we can trespass these people from private property, we go a great distance to be able to clean up the area and keep the area safe in the evening hours when the businesses aren't open.
Police have only had the agreement with the businesses for just a few days, and already they say they're seeing a drop in prostitution and drug use in the area.
Portland's living room has sprung a leak. Apparently, the plastic liner under the brickwork, also known as the membrane, is failing. It only had a 20-year lifespan, and we're in year 18 of that, and now water is pooling and dripping into the brand new visitor center below. You can see the sheets of plastic that have been tacked to the ceiling, and it's not hard to spot the pools of water within the plastic. It is a big problem.
We have a crisis here because we want to make sure that this visitor center is very successful. 40,000 people a month are coming here, and we don't want to have to close for a minute.
The recovery project will probably take a few more weeks and will cost the city at least $17,000.
Coming up, this pop diva gets dumped. Mariah Carey gets canned by her record label. Find out why just ahead.
Also, is she missing or isn't she? Miami police speak out about O.J. Simpson's ex-girlfriend who hasn't been seen for nearly a month. The latest a bit later.
Plus, a happy homecoming. The USS Carl Vinson comes home to the Northwest after its tour of duty. We have that story.
On the weather deck, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Right now it's dry in the city of Portland, but breezy. The high temperature today was 45 degrees. The low is 37. And so far, just a measly trace of precipitation. We have storm watches up for tomorrow. We'll talk about the next round of weather for Portland coming up tonight at 10:30.
I guess you got to be able to skate to do this sport. Is that a prerequisite? All right, you guys, back to you. That was a pass.
You notice the goalie just sitting there going like this.
I'm no Infernus, but I think he's injured.
Nastasi may be mad about the $5,000, but Phil's not going to even get that off. Oh, wait, did he score? Did you? Phil, was that a score?
No, it was off the post.
Oh.
Don't go into hibernation. You can't bear to miss the famous Thomasville Home Furnishings Winter Sale. You'll find low, low prices on everything for the way you live now. It's the coolest sale of the year. Parker's Thomasville. Furniture for living, furniture for life.
The Dodge Durango. It not only hauls almost 4 tons, it's the only SUV with a V8 for around 24 grand.
Oh, great. Stuck behind another one of these.
Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain pledge, plus $2,000 cash allowance or low financing. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this.
It's time for Mervin's stock up sale. Low stock up now or forever hold your peace prices on those little necessities that always need replacing. Why, you could put down new shelf liner, then buy enough stuff to last a whole year. When socks get a little droopy, replace them. When the sheets get a little threadbare, replace them. When the kids get a little cranky, just... Oh, guess they can't help us there. Mervin's stock up sale. Undies, socks, towels at the best prices. Sale ends Saturday. Mervin's. Big brands, small prices.
I usually visit at least 2 or 3 times a week.
The new Venetian pizzas are very authentic.
I like the Venetian pizza because it's very soft and delicious.
The regular chicken was good.
I like the Mediterranean salad and the crab salad at Izzy's.
The garlic cheese bread was also new, and I did have a chance to try it, and it was great.
I have the Caesar salad every time I come.
And the cookies are really good.
You really get your money's worth here.
If you haven't tried Izzy's, you don't know what you're missing.
Bring your appetite.
Don't go into hibernation. You can't bear to miss the famous Thomasville Home Furnishings Winter Sale. You'll find low, low prices on everything for the way you live now. It's the coolest sale of the year. Parker's Thomasville. Furniture for living, furniture for life.
Everybody loves Raymond, where love is a full contact sport.
Weeknights on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
John Walker Lind is back in the U.S. tonight.
He'll appear in federal court tomorrow morning. The FBI says Lind became a foot soldier for Osama bin Laden. There he is walking off the plane. Lind's parents wanted to see him tonight when he arrived in Alexandria, Virginia, but they weren't allowed. U.S. investigators start interrogating 158 detainees of the Afghan war at Guantanamo Naval Base, and they postponed the arrivals of others to concentrate on the questioning. Hamid Karzai, Afghanistan's interim leader, will address the UN Security Council next week. He's scheduled to go to New York after meeting with President Bush in Washington. President signs a measure giving terror victims a break on their taxes. The bill applies to those killed in the September 11th attacks, the subsequent anthrax outbreak, and the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. The reward for information about the person who sent anthrax through the mail has doubled now to $2.5 million. Police are also sending flyers to more than 500,000 people in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, hoping someone will recognize the handwriting on the anthrax letters.
Cheering crowds in Bremerton, Washington welcomed home the aircraft carrier Carl Vinson today. The ship was at sea on September 11th, and it launched the first attacks on targets in Afghanistan. Lillian Kim has a story from Puget Sound.
The long wait is now finally over. After 6 months at sea, the USS Carl Vinson is back at its home port in Bremerton, Washington. An emotional homecoming for thousands of families eager to greet their loved ones.
I feel like I have paid America for my freedom to give my son to go fight for more freedom so people can be free. And that to me is undescribable.
I'm so excited. I have so many different emotions right now. It's excitement, but nervous.
The USS Carl Vinson became a star player in the war against terrorism. The aircraft carrier was the first to launch airstrikes against Afghanistan. Its planes dropped more than 2 million pounds of bombs. For the thousands of families, this 6-month deployment was more stressful than usual. For weeks following the September 11th attacks, the military cut off all contact to the ship due to security reasons. But now that the crew is back home, these sailors can reconnect with their loved ones.
We were really worried because of where they were at, and we had no idea if anything was happened. But I'm so glad they can talk to him now.
After today's homecoming celebration, half the crew will get a 15-day leave. The other half will have to return to work as early as tomorrow. Lillian Kim, CNN, Bremerton, Washington.
Well, the Vinson will spend about 6 months in the Puget Sound shipyard for routine maintenance. Then it will begin training for its next mission. After that, it'll go to Norfolk, Virginia to refuel nuclear reactors.
Governor Kitzhaber explained his budget balancing idea today, but didn't get very far. Republicans don't like the plan, which calls for tax hikes and a repeal of ballot measure 88. KPTV's Jim Hyde has the story.
About a nickel more per glass of beer or wine, 30 cents more on each pack of cigarettes. Boosting the sin tax represents the easiest part of Governor Kitzhaber's budget balancing act, asking lawmakers and voters to repeal Measure 88, which would allow Oregonians to deduct up to $5,000 of federal tax paid from their state returns, up from the present $3,000. That'll be a tougher sell.
It's not about taxes. And it's not even about cuts. It's a message about accountability. The accountability to step up to the plate and pay for those state programs and services that we believe are important.
Since depressing revenue forecasts in December, Oregonians have been waiting for the governor to draw a roadmap that leads them out of an $830 million shortfall and for the legislature to negotiate with him for a balanced budget. The governor's program cuts include $112 million from K-12 schools, $15.5 from community colleges, $44.5 from the university system. Human services, such as the Oregon Health Plan, would lose $69 million, $73 million from public safety, mainly corrections.
He stated that he would not support deeper cuts. He denounces the use of existing resources, and he wants tax increases that cannot pass in the House.
If the governor's revenue plan is DOA in the House, the bipartisan budget task force that both leaders have been praising has much more work to do before the February 8th special session.
What I don't think is legitimate is basically saying I don't want to cut the budget, I don't want to raise taxes, I just want to find some way to keep my head down and force the decisions on into the future. That's not responsible.
If your end goal is to try to raise taxes, you want to then to close off every alternative.
The cooperative spirit that has supposedly developed between the governor and the legislative leadership here over the past month appears to have disappeared like the sunshine in January. Much of the resources the governor is counting on to balance the budget sound like tax increases to the Republican majority. The House Speaker says his members will not pass any of them. In Salem, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Governor is also proposing an increase in auto registration fees of about $15 a year, and that would raise about $60 million for road and bridge repair. So we'd like to know, would you be willing to pay more for cigarettes and alcohol to help balance the state budget? That's our 12 Talkback Online poll question. Log on to our website, Oregons12.tv, and see results tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news.
Highway 22 between Idana and the Santiam Junction is open to traffic again tonight. Crews have been working to clear a mountain of snow and scores of fallen trees that forced the closure late Monday night. A storm has dropped 75 inches of heavy wet snow on the Santiam Pass during the past 4 days. ODOT cautions that a heavy snowpack still remains on the highway and chains are required.
Professional golf's latest phenom wasn't born yesterday, but he is young enough to make Tiger Woods look like a grizzled veteran.
Yeah, at 17, Ty Tryon is the youngest pro in PGA Tour history. Tomorrow he begins putting for dough. Dan Christopherson's in for Tim Becker tonight. Boy, Tiger didn't even start this early, did he?
No, he did not. And I'll tell you, what were you guys doing when you were 17 years old?
Diapers?
Yeah.
No, even asked.
Dear.
No, you got out of those at 15. We know, Kurt. Yeah, Tiger went pro in '96. He was a few months shy of his 21st birthday, but Ty Tryon figured, hey, why not give it a shot? Last year, at the age of 16, he became the youngest player in 44 years to make the weekend cut at a PGA Tour event. Now, in December, he became the youngest ever to win his PGA Tour card. And tomorrow, he makes his pro debut at the Phoenix Open. Now, he can't play the tour full-time this year, not until he turns 18 in June. But talk about a sweet part-time job for this Orlando high schooler.
Making the cut's definitely a goal, but I didn't come here to make the cut. You know, I came to, just give my best. And, you come here to try to win, but, I don't have any, absurd expectations for myself. I'm just going to come try to play golf. I think a good goal right now is top 10, so I get it next week. That's a good goal for me.
And also, don't take swinging tips from a pitcher. Apparently, Randy Johnson can be wild and dangerous off the pitcher's mound. Ooh, nasty sound. The camera lost the ball, but a fan got the worst of it at the Phoenix Open Pro-Am today. Amy Lander took a Johnson fastball off the cheek. Of course, the Arizona Diamondbacks ace. He came right to her aid. Luckily, the ball only glanced off her, but Randy stayed there for support until he was sure she was all right. He won a new fan. She's the new fan now.
Just got hit by a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's true.
He was very nice. He was very nice and felt bad. Signed a golf ball for me.
It was hard to see, but if you look closely, Johnson signed the word sorry with a smiley face there. Isn't that nice? And he was really concerned, and she was okay, though.
Yeah, and her lawyer's been in touch with him.
I was just going to say no lawsuit.
Big settlements, and oh boy.
Yeah, really. Thank you, Dan. Coming up, meteorologist Rod Hill has a complete breakdown of what could be a really long stretch of winter weather in the city of Portland. Details in his pinpoint forecast.
Also, a rude awakening. A car plows into a bedroom, creating a big mess. We've got that story.
Plus, television and obesity. Researchers make some interesting discoveries about what your kids watch and how they eat. That's in HealthCast.
And tomorrow night at 10, kids need someone to look up to, and that someone doesn't always have to be an adult. See how this teen is making a difference tomorrow on the 10 o'clock news.
We're the people you can depend on. For quality, it's all right here.
Welcome to the New Year celebration at Dining Rooms Unlimited with savings up to 30%. We are truly a unique specialty store with an unlimited selection of over 50 dining sets on display. From formal to casual, we have the look that will suit any style. So hurry out now to any one of Dining Rooms Unlimited's 3 locations and let us help you customize the dining room you've been dreaming about.
Hurry, he's in the study.
ER, we have a male, mid-30s, shortness of breath, dilated pupils, and bruised fists, over.
It's 56K rage. Start him on MSN broadband, powered by Quest.
Roger that, ER.
Here's the speed you need.
With the higher speed of Quest, you'll see the internet as it was meant to be.
Order high-speed internet from Quest and get 2 months free when you have custom choice, as well as free modem use and free activation. Make your internet more useful.
Quest. Why didn't we get it sooner?
Quest. Ride the light.
If you own a pet, you've probably got a few pictures of them scattered around. A tribute to man's best friend in pictures coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
This weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. Look in the white or yellow pages and call today.
If you're
you're like Luke and Catherine Jones, you'll appreciate working with an American Family Insurance agent.
She really does care about her clients. She's been like family.
Our American Family agent is concerned about us. We can see it in their eyes. You know, it's nice to sit down and talk face to face.
For us, our agent is the heart and soul of American Family Insurance.
All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
Welcome back. A scam that has now touched hundreds of thousands of people in the U.S. has returned to the U.S.
I-Team 12's Carrie Tomlinson first told you about the Nigerian scam, and she's here now to tell us what's going on now. Carrie?
Well, if you have not received one of these, then you may be in the minority at this point. This is a Nigeria scam letter, and we have heard as many as 10,000 people a week are getting them by email, by fax, or by post. Well, now we have new information showing how these Nigerian scam artists get their hands on your money.
The letters are from Nigerians who say they've come into a large sum of money, like $25 million, and they need your help urgently to get it out of the country. You'll get a big chunk yourself, of course, for your help. And by the way, keep it confidential. Investigators say those letters come from a base of operations in Nigeria. The Nigeria scammers convince victims to wire what they call administrative fees, say $10,000, to a Nigerian bank. But there's more. The scammers have help in other parts of the world to lure you in even further. The helpers then call the victims and say the chunk of money is now available at banks in Detroit, New York, or Chicago. They give you the bank phone number. But those bank numbers, investigators say, all lead to a scam call center in Toronto, Canada. The call center scammers take over and then convince you to give more and more money, taxes, fees, duties, environmental levies, until you completely run out of money.
Now, you might say, who would believe all this? Yes. But the investigators tell us the con artists are very well-spoken, very professional, very good at their game. They say in this particular scam, as many as 300 people were ripped off. Some of them, when they realize what has happened, they have suffered health problems, mental breakdowns, divorce, and in some cases we have even heard of suicide when people realize the depths to which they've been taken.
Well, I suppose if these scammers spam lots of emails, millions and millions are bound to get some money from somebody.
That's right, and people do fall for it, and in some cases we've heard as many as one person a week out of all, you hear 10,000 people a week receiving it. One person a week will fall for it, but that's enough to keep them going.
Sure. Big money.
Carrie, thanks.
If you have a story for I-Team 12, give us a call at 503-736-0412. Drop us an email at iteam12@kptv.com.
In tonight's HealthCast, obesity among children and adolescents has doubled in the past 2 decades. Health experts say the television could be to blame. They say TV not only influences what kids eat, but how much and where they eat. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention cited one California study which found as many as 25% of children's food intake happens in front of the television. Experts suggest restricting the amount of TV youngsters watch each day. Obesity is linked to a number of health complications, including diabetes, strokes, and heart disease. Dietitians have come up with a new set of nutrition guidelines they hope will encourage elderly people to eat better. Studies show 85% of seniors have at least one chronic disease that can benefit from better nutrition. The new screening initiative is backed by the American Academy of Family Physicians, and it encourages seniors to eat a diet rich in protein, fluids, and vitamin B12. And newly enhanced Medicare benefits mean senior citizens are now entitled to an annual dilated eye exam. That's a test for glaucoma. Glaucoma is the leading cause of blindness in America, affecting about 3 million people. Many don't even know they have the disease. The upgraded Medicare benefits come as a result of campaigning by the National Eye Institute.
There is a hot new product on the market that promises to ease your aches and pains. Thermacare is an air-activated heat wrap. It's an ultra-thin, flexible patch that provides heat for at least 8 hours. Doctors say applying heat relaxes muscles and increases blood flow through the tissue.
We've come up with a newer way of administering heat where, as an individual, you could apply it yourself, wear it, and maintain your normal activity levels. You go to work, you could play games, you can do whatever you'd like to do in order to essentially stay active.
Thermacare packages come in back wraps, neck to arm patches, and abdominal patches. They cost $7 a pack.
$10 for 8 hours of relief? That's not bad.
Yeah. Hey, I got, I love this card. Isn't this
What is that? Who's that from?
I was out at West Orient Middle School today. That's on the east side of Gresham. And it says, Mr. Hill, welcome to the West Orient Middle School. Thanks for coming to our school. It's a 6th grade class.
Look at that.
Everybody signed it. Isn't that sweet?
That is
That's a really
nice.
neat card.
I love my card.
Mr. Hill.
Anyway, Mary and Derek made that. Thank you very much. And Nadia invited me to stay for lunch.
And did you?
Yeah,
Chicken nuggets or pizza?
With chocolate milk. I had chicken quesadilla with chocolate milk, which is extra. It's $2.75 now for lunch.
But it tastes better than it did when we were in school.
I guess so. It was like 35 cents when I was in school. What's happening to the country?
You're old, Rod. That's what's happening.
Anyway, so super kids, and again, hi to everybody out there in West Orient Middle School out in Gresham. Okay, we have lots to talk about. We start with storm front coverage. This is for a storm coming in tomorrow, and here's the drill. Okay. Thursday through tomorrow night, snow level will be high. So notice that. We're talking 4,000 feet. This will not affect anything in the coastal mountains. And snow will be 1 to 2 feet likely. This is tomorrow going into tomorrow night. And let me also tell you that a wind watch has been put up for the Oregon coast. This is for tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night as well. Our winds could be gusting at times up to about 65 miles per hour. A ton of rain coming in with the system, and we'll get to that in a second. I put together a timeline because we have a lot of things that will be happening as we go into the first part of next week. It warmed up today. The snow levels are quite high at this time. Rain becomes heavier tomorrow. And then Friday morning, we have a cold front coming through. Behind that front, Friday, snow levels drop all day. It won't really affect the city of Portland. But by Saturday morning, we're back down to what we just got out of. That's at snow level 500 feet with the rain-snow mix. And, you know, everybody kind of flirting in the hills, especially with some snow accumulation at time. Same thing on Sunday. And then Monday, I still have reason to believe that an east wind will develop, but the cold air is still in place. An east wind would mean it's very possible for snow to accumulate down in the city of Portland, and that will go into Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we start to pull out the cold air, but there's a big cold high that comes and sits down over us, and with a warmer jet stream coming in on top of that cold air on Wednesday, that would produce sleet, ice. So things are going to be getting interesting, I have a feeling, and we'll be keeping you updated on this timeline throughout the time. I had somebody send me an email today, and they said that I'm lying. I'm not lying. This is the way the weather maps show it right now, so we'll continue to follow it. Okay, regional radar for the past 6 hours. It is raining in Hillsboro as of 10 o'clock. This is mostly light stuff in the coastal mountains, and it's fairly steady rain at this hour from around Kelso up I-5 all the way to Seattle. Surely rain will be increasing and moving in for all of us overnight tonight, and then be raining all the time during Thursday. Here's a satellite picture. I thought this big chunk of moisture would come in actually at some point this afternoon. It would be raining decently outside right now, but it's really been slow to move in. But you can see it's out there, and it will continue to drop in on us. High temperatures today across our state. Not a bad day, and just some light rain in most spots. 45 degrees in Portland was the high. Newport made it up to 50. It was 55 down in Brookings. Redmond was up into the 40s. John Day at 31. Pendleton at 42 degrees. Up in Washington State, here they come. Seattle today had a high of 42. Long Beach 46. Out in Spokane, it was 30 today. Forecast check. Gave myself a little break on this. We talked about just some light rain this morning, and then that push of rain we looked at on the satellite picture coming in later in the day. Hasn't happened yet, but it's out there and it will be moving in. I said 45 and 36. The actuals were 45 and 37. Outside right now, the current temperature is actually still 45, so it's going to stay warm tonight. It feels cold out because of the winds. Currently at the airport, gusting up to 28 miles per hour from the southwest. Barometer is high, but it's falling at 30.35. Okay, rain amounts, another concern. We could have high water in the usual problem spots by Friday morning. This is all rain coming in tonight, and I'll play this and stop it Friday morning. Look at these big bullseye areas of rain develop. The computer models are saying over an inch in Portland by Friday morning, Kelso 1.75, 3-inch amounts plus possible on the Oregon coast. So again, that would produce, you know, some high water problems with area streams Friday morning. So that's another story that we'll be watching. Again, I think it rains all day tomorrow. Here's a look at the big picture, and this cold Alaskan low is the one that's going to be bringing back the very low snow levels for the weekend. Here's that moisture flow that comes in tomorrow. The cold front again comes in Friday, and then this cold pool right here moves down over us as we go into the weekend. And then those snow levels, remember, stay pretty darn low all the way through Tuesday again. Okay, on the Oregon coast tomorrow. So far, the rain's been more north. It will be a while before it gets down to North Bend tomorrow, but Newport expected to be raining all day. The same thing for Astoria. Remember that high wind watch will be into effect. You folks will start to see the winds gusting up to perhaps 65 miles per hour late tomorrow night. Gale warning is out, needless to say, as the winds near shore build from the south up to about 40 knots. Should be raining in the morning, should be raining all day, and the rain should become heavier, certainly through the day tomorrow. Salem 48 for a high temperature. Again, it will stay around 40 or not much colder than that overnight tonight. So there's going to be fairly warm, moist air with this system. Government Camp at 34. Could be a rain-snow mix with that freezing level of 4,000 feet. Willamette Pass, of course, is up to 5,000 feet, so just snow there. Timberline last night, by the way, picked up another 20 inches. And again, the mountains could see 1 to 2 more feet of snow tomorrow night. Burns 32 tomorrow. When you get on the east side of the Cascades tomorrow, it's going to be dry with the moisture coming in for you folks tomorrow overnight. By the way, LeGrand 39, you folks in around the canyons out in that area will see those winds gusting up to about 50 miles per hour tomorrow. Cascade Locks 45 tomorrow, probably dry at the Dalles until tomorrow night. Okay, light rain in the morning, becoming heavier during the day. If it's not raining all day tomorrow, then I am wrong. 45 at noon, 48 at 5 o'clock. Breezy, gusty winds, 25 miles per hour or higher tomorrow. 7-day forecast. Again, the front comes in on Friday. Snow levels are back down to 500 feet or lower. For the weekend, if we get an east wind, we could see snow problems in the city of Portland on Monday. And we could see ice problems on Wednesday. Look at those highs. I think only highs in the 30s for the city. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through next week.
So you got an email that said you were a liar?
What? Yeah, this person said he was looking at all the stuff and no one else was saying this, and he didn't know where he came up with this east wind stuff. But the models are showing an east wind, and that means we could be in trouble. It's tough to snow in Portland, remember, because we have a west wind off of the 47, 48-degree water temperatures. You get an east wind, it's just cold everywhere.
You explained it
There you
well.
go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rod.
Coming up, a bizarre custody battle in court.
A man who was once a woman wants his adopted children, but a judge has to decide what's right. We have that story.
Plus, the latest on the case of O.J. Simpson's ex-girlfriend. Is she missing or hiding out? That's when the 10 o'clock news returns.
Black Hawk Down is the #1 movie in America, and critics agree. It's one of the best movies of the year. Time Magazine, USA Today, Roger Ebert, Good Morning America. Black Hawk Down, rated R, now playing in theaters everywhere.
His name is Henry, Clay Henry. He's a fireman and a Jared fan from Subway. He got real big on burgers and fries. Now he's down to a smaller size. Gets his might from his Veggie Delight. Great taste each day from his local Subway. He's Henry, Clay Henry.
With the help of exercise and the great taste of Subway's 7 sandwiches with just 6 grams of fat or less, people like Clay Henry are inspirations for everyone to follow.
Subway, eat fresh.
Her first movie tanked. Her last record was lackluster. Now, more bad news for Mariah Carey. The story of a diva denied, coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
No.
Is it Dan calling to sympathize?
Hello?
Or Dave?
It's Dave.
Calling to rub it in. Know now. Order caller ID, pay no activation fee, and get your first month free.
Game? What game?
Every day can be a surprise. There's never a dull moment working here.
I always had heard that Walmart was a good company to work for.
Our #1 goal is to keep our customers happy.
That's 100% of your job.
We laugh. We laugh at Walmart. We have fun.
It's very important to make the customer happy because the customer is #1 here at Walmart.
Just go over there with a smile on your face, and that may turn their day around.
It's like a family. It's like a big, happy family.
I love coming to work every day. How many people can say that?
Walmart is a great place to work for anybody.
Maruk. Nanook.
Howdy, Quattro.
Is it Ethan from the cafe?
Hello?
Or the Rickster from the bus?
Rickster from the bus.
Know now. Order caller ID, pay no activation fee, and get your first month free.
She's not home.
A custody battle in a bitter divorce case rests on whether a Florida judge decides if a transsexual man is legally considered a man.
Michael Contreras was born a woman named Margot. She always felt like a man, she says, and underwent what's known as sexual reassignment surgery and hormone therapy and became Michael. He then married this woman, Linda, who knew he used to be a woman. They were married 10 years. Linda already had one child and through donor sperm had a second. Michael adopted both. Then the marriage broke up. Michael wants custody. Linda says no, that since he was a woman, their marriage and their adoptions are null and void. That's why they're in court.
What's really in front of this judge is how should Mr. Contreras be classified? Should he be considered a male and therefore only able to marry women in the state of Florida, or should he be considered female despite his very masculine appearance, masculine identity?
The state of Florida doesn't allow you to legally change your sex from what's on your birth certificate. The kids are stuck in the middle of all this. One's a 10-year-old girl and the other's a 12-year-old boy.
In other news from America tonight, a brave attempt by rescuers wasn't enough to save the life of a woman who drove her car into a Florida lake today. Witnesses and paramedics dove in after 30-year-old Stacy Lynn Reckard, but they couldn't get her out in time. Rescuers found the driver's window open. That means the car filled with water very quickly. Investigators think Reckard had a seizure that caused her to lose control of her car.
A wild wake-up in Houston. It happened about 6:30 this morning when a car plowed into a bedroom, trapping a woman between the car and a mattress. The impact of the crash ruptured the car's fuel line and started a fire. Witnesses tried to put out the blaze with a garden hose. Firefighters had to use airbags to lift the car off the woman. She is lucky to be alive.
Police in Miami, Florida say they have found O.J. Simpson's ex-girlfriend. Questions came up about Christine Prody's whereabouts when her apartment manager found a dead cat inside her apartment. A spokesman for the Miami-Dade Police Department says the cat probably starved to death when Prody went out of town for a month. Prody was cited with 1 count of animal abuse and could be slapped with a $500 fine.
Looks an awful lot like Nicole.
Sure does.
Coming up, pooches on parade.
A new art exhibit shows man's best friend in all their furry glory. It's a doggone good story just ahead.
And poor little Mariah, pop diva, gets booted by her record company. So what's next? The big payoff when we come back.
Now it's time for tonight's winning lottery numbers, starting with Oregon Megabucks 6, 19, 27, 37, 38, 41. Win for life 8, 18, 19, 21.
Washington Lotto 9, 22, 24, 25, 36, and 39. And the daily game is 204.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot, an estimated $80 million, 14, 18, 30, 32, 47. The Powerball is 36. The power play number is 5. Good luck.
Out of the ashes, the dead have risen.
I'm Ensign Lindsay Ballard. I was a member of your crew.
But before a new life begins,
I won't give her up, Captain.
old enemies will stake their claim
We can't just let them take her.
or die trying. Star Trek Voyager.
Tonight on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
I wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. I wish Hawaii were closer. I wish my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend gained 50 pounds. No, 60.
How will you use the moonroof? The 2002 Honda Accord. It's different for everyone.
I had my first cigarette when I was 13. When I found out how bad it was, I tried to quit. But I couldn't. Believe me, I wish I could.
Freedom lovers, experience the Northwest's largest gun and knife show this weekend at the Expo Center. This Friday through Sunday is your opportunity to find late model guns, rifles, ammo, and reloading supplies, antique guns, and custom knives. Save time. Meet hundreds of dealers under one roof. Browse nearly 1,000 tables. Bring your older gear to sell or trade. You've heard about gun shows. Now experience Oregon's largest this weekend at the Expo.
On Wall Street, the Dow rose 17 points to close at 9,730. The Nasdaq's up 39 at 1922. The 10 o'clock news continues in a moment.
Hello? It's real, John. With Without warning, it appears. Without reason, it happens.
I saw something just like this.
Critics are calling the Mothman prophecies bone-chillingly, back-crawlingly, heart-stoppingly scary. Richard Gere, Laura Linney, the Mothman prophecies based on true events.
What happened to my wife? I'll see her again.
Rated PG-13. Opens everywhere Friday.
You can eat very nutritiously at Izzy's.
Sometimes I just want to focus on having a salad.
And I love croutons.
Izzy's has the best salad bar that I have found.
I like that because I'm not getting fat.
I eat the vegetarian pizzas.
The Venetian was good. The crust is what makes it.
I like the oven roasted chicken, very moist and very tender.
The dessert bar at Izzy's is my weak point, especially the sticky buns.
Izzy's is a very affordable place for people with big families.
It's very light on the pocket.
Hi, I'm about to have a wild berry zinger. Sounds fun, doesn't it? It's a Celestial Seasonings tea. The taste of those juicy wild berries really wakes you up. But there's no caffeine, so it won't keep you up at night. I love that.
Caffeine-free herb teas from Celestial Seasonings. Have a celestial night. And now get a free travel tin inside specially marked boxes of Celestial herb tea. Collect all 8 while they last.
I want one.
I'm gonna save the hungry heifer!
Holy cow, Mr. Peterson moves from his bar stool. Next time on Cheers.
Tonight at midnight on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
Anyone who's ever had a dog probably has a few pictures of their pet in a photo album somewhere, but no matter how special your doggy pics seem, they probably don't come anywhere close to what you're about to see.
Jeannie Moos makes the most of an exhibit featuring some of the very first dog photographs as well as some of the very latest.
They're the kind of pictures...
Look at this dog.
You can't blame a kid for wanting to pet. Dogs on bicycles, dogs in cars, dogs at war, dogs with nudes.
Dog in their natural state with a human in their natural state.
That's another nude.
Right.
Someone once said, in the beginning, God created man, but seeing him so feeble, he gave him the dog. Or in this case, 1,000 hounds, a walk with the dogs through the history of photography. You're looking at Queen Victoria's pets.
What? Dot, teaser, skip, fly, and nip.
Almost a century later, American royalty, JFK Jr., was filmed playing with his dog. Anyone who's ever tried to get a dog to pose will understand why the earliest photos show dogs asleep.
That was the only way they could have captured that dog, because the aperture of the camera had to stay open.
The subject had to remain motionless from 15 seconds to a minute or two in the early days of photography.
Humans, they would strap into head braces so they couldn't move.
Head braces like the one to your left of the dog. Pets ended up suspended between pieces of furniture to keep them still, held underfoot, or given a pipe to keep them preoccupied. In this photo,
They had one man holding his tail.
and a string you can barely see holding his head. And then there's this.
Possibly the earliest photograph of a living dog.
From the 1840s, the poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning's dog, Flush, was sound asleep.
Looks like he's dead.
Yeah, it does look like he's dead. There are photos of famous people, ranging from Joan Collins with her pink poodle to Marilyn Monroe. And there are pictures by famous photographers, Man Ray, Andy Warhol, William Wegman. The co-curators turned their book by the same name into this exhibit, now on view at the UBS Payne Weber lobby in New York.
I love my dog so much, and it's like I see my dog in every single one of these.
From a big circus lady with a little dog to an Indian contortionist.
You couldn't do that, could you?
No.
Me neither.
There's even a photo of a man who had his departed pet tattooed on his chest. Maybe the dog is the only being that loves you more than you love yourself.
This was the first dog to ever get the Medal of Honor.
During World War I, Stubby would smell mustard gas coming in long before the soldiers did and start barking. Stubby himself belongs to the Smithsonian.
You're joking.
No.
Stubby is stuffed?
Yes.
When this German sentry dog fell into Allied hands, they dressed him up.
This looks like Winston Churchill.
The exhibit has tongues wagging.
Oh, my word. Look at that.
But they say the reason a dog has so many friends is that he wags his tail instead of his tongue. Jeannie Moos, CNN, New York.
Well, a dog just happens to be the newest staff member at a Las Vegas casino, and this guy carries a badge. Dex is a 2-year-old German Shepherd with a very important job to do. He's a public relations tool, highly trained crime fighter at the Stratosphere Hotel. Dex's job to constantly sniff the casino and the hotel for explosives.
Viewers will soon see a new but familiar face on CNN. The cable news network announced today it's wooed Connie Chung away from ABC. The 3-time Emmy Award winner will fill the slot left open by Greta Van Susteren.
What every reporter dreams about, and that is an all-news network dedicated to news. It's a wonderful opportunity for me, mainly because I will have my own program and will be able to dedicate myself to an hour of news.
The 8 p.m. time slot will put Chung up against Fox's highest-rated talk show host, Bill O'Reilly.
The news isn't as good for pop diva Mariah Carey. She is getting the boot. Virgin Records America has decided to end Carey's multi-album contract with a $28 million buyout. The original deal, which would have paid her more than $100 million, made headlines last year as one of the largest recording agreements to date. Virgin says dumping Carey because she's just not selling records. Plus that movie, remember Glitter?
No.
Did horribly at the box office. That's the problem. No word on what she'll do now that she's out of a job, but with a $29 million buyout, probably won't be filing for unemployment, huh?
Is that what you get if we give you the
Oh,
boot?
yeah.
That's why we're keeping you around.
Fire me.
Final look at the morning forecast just ahead with meteorologist Rod Hill.
And we'll show you what happens when a bird enters a no-fly zone. Oh, the Australian Open tennis championships. We promise a happy ending, so stay with us.
Hey, get down here fast. They got the silver one. Okay, bye.
Claim your Volkswagen. With offers this good, they won't be around forever.
Quick! Memorize everything about this precise moment because you are going to want to remember exactly what you were doing when Pizza Hut announced the historic 99-cent pizza deal. Right now, when you buy any of these delicious large specialty pizzas, we'll give you an entire second medium pizza with one topping of your choice for only 99 cents. In the annals of history, has any other pizza company offered a deal this good? Everyone's going to want a piece of this, the historic 99-cent pizza deal from Pizza Hut. Right now, get an order of 5 breadsticks and a 2-liter for just $3 more.
There's nothing like saving a whole lot of money to help shake off the winter blues, which is why we think of the one and only winter sale at Parker Furniture. As a public service, you'll find some of the best values of the year on the finest furniture and rugs you can own. Names like Henry Don, Baker, Stickley, Ralph Lauren, Thomasville, and many more, all at terrific savings. And you always get our famous service and design help. So shake things up. Hurry to the winter sale at Parker now. Parker Furniture in Beaverton, an original for 50 years.
How does the Northwest spell country?
98.7 KUPL.
Baby, write this down. Tim McGraw, Colin Ray, Faith Hill.
KUPL makes a bad day go good.
Me and Susan in the Waking Crew, they crack me up.
What a great way to start the day.
I spell country, KUPL.
The Northwest spells country.
Hey, Dad, are these the tools you use to fix cars?
Yeah. These are for brakes, these are for engines, and these here are for shocks.
So what do you use to fix transmissions?
These are for brakes, these are for engines, and these here...
Transmission problems got you stumped? Take it to the experts. For a job done right, guaranteed, at a price that's right, take it to AMCO. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO.
Tonight's sports report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Northwest Chrysler dealers.
Seduction can take many forms. Feast your eyes on the newest. Chrysler PT Cruiser. Equipped with plenty of enticing standard features like air conditioning, power windows, and up to 13 seating configurations. And now you can get all this for under $16,900. Sounds pretty tempting, huh? Chrysler PT Cruiser. It's waiting. Get 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection on any new Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Now, sports with Dan Christofferson.
We are sitting on halftime of the NBA's regular season. 41 Blazer games in the books, 41 more just like it on the way. And tomorrow night, they cross that imaginary line to the second half, hosting the Memphis Grizzlies at the Rose Garden. Before you ask yourself how many Grizzly Bears actually reside in greater Memphis, admire once more the Blazers' high point of the season so far. I know you're wondering about that. Last night, the big clutch overtime win over Sacramento. Not a lot of Kings in Sacramento, but anyway, the Blazers running hotter than ever, at least this season. They've won 8 of 10. The owner is happy, but the coach isn't. Not yet, anyway.
If we get satisfied, then we're never going to, continue to reach. I don't know if satisfaction is the word, but I think we are. We believe in ourselves. I said it earlier, we're starting to believe in ourselves, and it takes beating a quality team like Sacramento.
Shot, yes!
When you get quality teams coming in your building, and as the second half of the season starts rolling around, you start playing more quality teams, and you have to up your level of play. And I just hope we never at the point of satisfaction.
Right between the eyes!
And just in time, last night's victory, the Blazers' first over a Western Conference team with a winning record all season. They had been 0-9 against the best in the West. Tomorrow night's visitor, Memphis, doesn't qualify. The Grizzlies lost tonight. Meantime, in Los Angeles, you saw what the Clippers were talking about, beating the Lakers in the Battle of L.A. They didn't want Shaq. He scored 24, but guess what? The Clippers did it. They win it 95-90. It's only their second win over the Lakers in 20 tries. The Lakers have lost 5 out of 7. Well, the Metro League's not big enough for Sunset and Jesuit to share the top of the league. One of those teams has to fall a notch tonight. Jesuit in green has the 1-point halftime lead. But Scott Rayburn on the Apollos follow right here as Sunset hangs in there. They both started the night 6-1 in the Metro. Here's Jamie Steck sticking the jumper. Going down to the wire in this one, but Scott Doherty, 3-point crazy for Jesuit, and they pull ahead for the 9-point victory, 73-64. The Crusaders in Westview now share the lead in the Metro at 7-1. All right, the Tyson and Lennox Lewis camps laid low today. No press conference, therefore no fighting words. Just a written statement from Tyson calling yesterday's wild fracas a miscommunication. Now, he did apologize for offending the crowd with his series of obscenities. The Eagles' Hugh Douglas not sorry for pulverizing Bears quarterback Jim Miller Saturday, leaving him there to writhe with a separated shoulder. NFL's not having it, though. The league hit Douglas back today with a $35,000 fine. He'll appeal and might even show some mercy when the Eagles play the Rams in Sunday's NFC title game. All right, time to play nice. The Australian Open women's semis. Martina Hingis in the far court knocks out Monica Seles in 3 sets. Hingis into the women's final. She is also alive in doubles with her partner, Anna Kournikova. You know, we had to throw this highlight in there because it embodies the spirit of teamwork, sharing the moment of sweet victory.
And you just wanted to look at Anna.
Yeah, it's just good teamwork. Now, this is ugly, okay? The bird decides to intersect the darting tennis shot. The players involved horrified at the sight, and they should be. Follow the ball. What are the odds of that happening? Oh, man. It would be a good time to say a prayer, and it must have worked because Tweety was only stunned, and she later flew away. We hope never to return.
That's great that she survived.
We have some bay windows at our house, and birds always are running into them, and they knock themselves unconscious. It's the craziest thing. But you go out and you cuddle them for a minute, rub their little bellies, and pretty soon they wake up, and off they go into the woods.
Dr. Doolittle.
What can I say? Go ahead, Rodney.
Just a warm, fuzzy guy. 43 degrees in the morning. It's not going to be cold out tonight. The winds make it feel that way. Rain will be likely by morning. It looks like it rains all day tomorrow. Don't forget the heavy snow up in the mountains, above 4,000 feet, and the heavy winds on the coast tomorrow.
Thank you, Rodney.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Looks like a supermodel. Feels like one, too. The Carlisle chair from Lazy Boy. The new look of comfort.
Home furnishings need help? Then you need to know one thing. Factory authorized clearance. Right now at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, find limited time savings on select home furnishings. Get there soon. Factory authorized clearance going on now.
We're facing a global population crisis, and the solution will save you thousands right now at Car Chevy World. Massive overstock means drastic discounts have been made on over 500 vehicles, which means every Chevy is now an unbelievably low $99 over dealer invoice. You don't pay any rebate incentives, holdback, or advertising costs. You pay only $99 over invoice, where salaried salespeople see it your way. Every Chevy now just $99 over dealer invoice. Car Chevy World, Beaverton, Canyon Road, 1 block west of Murray.
KPTV Oregon's 12 and the 2002 Portland International Auto Show invite you to stop by your local McDonald's restaurants and pick up your Auto Show $2 discount admission coupon. Enjoy hundreds of the newest cars, trucks, minivans, and sport utility vehicles while lending a helping hand to the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Oregon and Southwest Washington. For every $2 discount admission coupon redeemed, $1 will be donated to the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Brought to you by KPTV Oregon's 12, McDonald's, and the 2002 International Auto Show.
The anticipation has ended and the wait is over.
It's time for Mervin's Stock Up Sale. Low stock up now or forever hold your peace prices on those little necessities that always need replacing. Why, you could put down new shelf liner, then buy enough stuff to last a whole year. When socks get a little droopy, replace them. When the sheets get a little threadbare, replace them. When the kids get a little cranky, just... Guess they can't help us there. Mervin's Stock Up Sale. Undies, socks, towels at the best prices. Sale ends Saturday. Mervin's. Big brands, small prices.
It's a great time to buy at Dick's Suzuki City.
With 0% financing on new 2001 and 2002 Suzukis.
Lease a 2002 Suzuki XL7 7-passenger 4x4 for just $249 a month.
Or get $3,000 off MSRP on Suzuki Grand Vitaras. Air conditioning, power windows, power locks, AM/FM stereo, CD, and much, much more.
Save some money.
Right here at Dick's Suzuki City.
You just gotta know